Hey guys, welcome back. My next restore, I really wanted to do the Neo Geo, but it's buried in the building, and old man winter just never seems to want to quit now all of a sudden. So if you look out the window there, it's snow again. I have to pull a bunch of cabinets out of the back building in order to get to the Neo Geo, and I just don't want to go and set them outside in the snow. So this was the next one in line, so I grabbed this one. This is an original Qbert. Somebody turned it into a crime city. Never played the game, I know nothing about it. It's kind of rough shape. You know, some of the wood's swelled up. It's going to take some good body work to get this fixed up here. Somebody obviously painted it black at one point. The sides are kind of rough. It's not going to be an easy one, but we'll get it fixed. It's kind of blown out here a little bit. You can see the yellow paint underneath the black. Blown out down there pretty good. This is that MDF material. It has the original Gottlieb coin door and stuff, which is nice. So this is going to be part one of Qbert Restore. What I want to do in this video is just tear the cabinet apart so I can start getting the parts in the tumbler and stuff like that. This has the original monitor in it. You can see the screen burn from Qbert, but the monitor needs to be rotated. They had laid it down sideways. I did pick up a free monitor this weekend though. Right there. It's got some severe Pac-Man screen burn, but it does work. It's a 4600. It is a working monitor. It needs to be capped and stuff. But for free, I figure, heck, even if I threw the tube away, I have a working 4600 chassis that I can, use for another tube. I'm obviously not going to throw the tube away anytime soon because I'll have to do ohm readings on it to see if I have another tube that matches that so I can put that chassis onto it. But let me get set up here and we will get this torn apart. Okay, let's get the marquee out first. I've never done a Qbert cabinet before, so I don't have the original boards. A while ago, I ordered the board from Arcade Shop. So I'll be running that board, which is a JAMA board, and we're just going to put a JAMA harness in it, and the just a regular switching power supply. So now I want to get this marquee light out of here. Probably should just take the whole board out. Take these bolts out. We'll take this whole board, slide it out of here, unplug it. I've honestly never really even looked at this cabinet much at all. I was in a hurry. About last summer sometime I picked it up. I was in a hurry. I had to run out to Cleveland and go get it. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive each way. So I just ran out there real quick, grabbed it, literally threw it in my van and left. And I never really paid much attention to it. It's been sitting in the back building ever since. So I'm gonna go grab my socket set and we'll start pulling this stuff apart up here. I do plan on starting to put together Wizard of War this week as well. But I still don't have the wiring harness for it. But I can still at least get the cabinet all together, and then when the wiring harness comes back, we can get it wired up and everything. So maybe later tonight I might start on that. It's already almost 4 o'clock on Sunday, but I'm off tomorrow, so maybe I will start on it tonight or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I want to get the body work done and get this in primer. I'd like to get it painted so it can start drying. I have all the parts for this, I believe, except for artwork. We were gonna print our own artwork, but I might just order it from Arcade Shop because for anything, I want the screen bezel to have the art on the back side of it. We can't do that. We don't have the stuff to do that. And the control panel top and bottom piece, it's only like $40. For what it costs, I'm probably just gonna order it. I think we gotta order another roll of vinyl anyway, so probably be easier just to order the art for this. It's only 2 sides, control panel, screen bezel, and marquee. So it shouldn't be too bad. And they should have everything in stock there. Let me get the coin box out here. We'll use that to throw all our nuts and bolts in. I'm sure that the screen bezel, I'm positive it's going to be plexiglass rather than a glass screen bezel. Pull this out. Get these bolts out before I drop them. Might have, oh, that's nice, it's messed up. Might have to take this out from the back, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it out from the back side. That's okay, it's loose, it's ready to come out. This is a piece of plastic or something here. Well, this is part of the wood, it looks like. Huh. Yeah, I don't know much about these cabinets. I've never restored one, nor have I ever owned one. So this is all new to me. A lot of the other games that I've been working on, I've done one before, you know, restored one for somebody or myself, but this is definitely a first. Let's get this control panel open. Once I figure out where the latches are at, we're gonna have to do some work to this control panel to fill in all these button holes and everything. Boy, oh, this is bolted in. So there's two bolts. There's a regular bolt here and then a carriage bolt on this side. This might take me a little bit longer to take apart than normal. Now there are some carriage bolts on the lower front here, and I don't know what those are yet. I don't know if that's original or not. I might have to look up a picture, but it might be. So this is supposed to be a carriage bolt right here, but it's an actual regular bolt that somebody put in here. So we'll get a carriage bolt to put back in here. So I'm just gonna get rid of this old nasty hardware. Yeah, I've never even had a control panel off this thing. I mean, I don't even know if this is supposed to be bolted in or not. Of course, the nut gets stuck at the very bottom of the bolt. Yeah, by the looks of it, it was supposed to be bolted in. Oh, this is a metal control panel too. I was thinking it was wood. So we're gonna have to weld in quite a few holes. I think this has some sort of a JAMA harness in it or something. We're gonna unplug it from all this buttons for now. The original joystick holes in the middle still. And it has one of the studs that are supposed to be on the diamond pattern because the joysticks on Qbert go diagonally rather than straight. So we're gonna have to weld studs in and everything. Okay, we're all unplugged. So you can see here the original stud and the way the joystick had originally mounted. And then there should be a player 1 and player 2 right here. And I think that's all that there is. I don't think there's any other buttons, which means all this needs to get welded up, which can be real fun to try not to warp this all the hell and back. Okay, so we got that off. Let's go ahead and pull the screen off, the glass. This is actually a piece of glass on here. Oh, here is there's a latch right here. Now I don't know, I'm guessing this is probably not the right one for this game, but I'm not sure. It might be. I do see a few staples here in the wood, so I'm guessing that this is not the right one. Oh wait, yeah it is. There's 2 holes for staples. So it goes just like this, and we'll be able to line that right back up. I'm gonna leave those 2 staples right in there, and we'll just put another couple staples to hold it in place. So that'll be nice to be able to put that right back in there. So this is still in really good shape, just needs cleaned up. I plan on using that monitor, even though it has screen burn. I don't know if they sell a tinted glass or not, or if I just leave it like that, because it just has Qbert screen burn. It's not like it has a different game screen burn on it. So maybe I'll just leave it and use it and see what it looks like. I don't even know if the monitor works. I guess I could take the back off and see if we can't maybe plug it in or something. I don't even know if it's hooked up. So let's go back here and get this door open. It actually has a key for the back door, believe it or not. Maybe we'll reuse that key. Somebody had routed this out right here in the back door so that the monitor bracket wouldn't hit that. But obviously we're going to swing this back around normal. We'll get this filled, we'll fill all this in. We'll probably just Bondo that in. It's really probably going to be the only way to really fix that, and I don't really feel like cutting a big square out of the back door. So I think we'll just Bondo that back in when we take the door off. We got to get these hinges all cleaned. We got to get all these bolts off of here. I doubt that I'm going to put this back on because somebody cut it right here. So I'll probably just get rid of that. There's a power supply in here, a switching power supply. There is no circuit board. I say I'm going to plug it in and see if that monitor maybe powers on or not. I have never tried plugging this in or anything. Like I said, I know absolutely nothing about this. So let me just plug it in, we'll see what happens. Okay, it's plugged in. Here's the interlock switch. There's a switch up here. I don't hear anything. I don't see any light on the power supply or anything. I have to assume that the monitor is probably dead. Not positive yet. Fuses look good, but that doesn't mean they are good. And I don't know if this switch is, which way the switch goes. Yeah, without a multimeter, as of right now, it's not working. So whatever, we'll deal with that when the time comes. So I'm just gonna get this unplugged for now. I did find something weird, which I don't know what this is about, but up in here, there's 2 latches. So I don't know what this takes apart. I don't know if that panel on the other side comes down or something. Maybe that's how you get to the marquee light. comes down for the speaker. Now the marquee light can come out. So we will get the speaker off of here. Speaker shot, it's got holes in it, so we'll put a new speaker in there. It's a 4 ohm, 6 inch, and I should have some of these in the basement. What I'm going to do is just cut these wires here. We're not using these wires anyway, so just get that out of the way. I'll take the brackets and speaker off here in a few minutes. That's kind of cool how it does that. Let's get these ground wires off. Up top there. And then we'll get this grate off up here too. 3/8, I think. It's kind of a well-built cabinet. There's a lot to it. A lot of wood in this cabinet. Save all our ground straps so we can put them all back on. Good thing is since I don't really know much about this, I can just go back and watch my video and I'll be able to see the routing of the ground strap. You got to remember that this bolt in the corner is longer than the rest of them. Bottom middle carriage bolt is missing its nut. I know I'm in your guys' way here, but kind of hard to video me way up in here. Maybe if I move to the side a little bit, that would help. Raise it up a little bit. Oh boy, came right out of the tripod there. All right. So what I'm working on is taking this metal grate off on the inside, which there's also one on the outside. I've used the board before from Arcade Shop for one of my buddy's games. He had a custom, I built him a custom Qbert cabinet. It didn't look like the original. He wanted something different. And the board works really well. On this game, we're only going to run Qbert. I don't think I'm going to leave any other games on. I think we'll just leave it as Qbert only. FPGA, I think those boards are. So here's our outer grate. Outer and inner. What I might do is switch the inner with the outer, depending on how it cleans up, or if one's thicker than the other or not. Yeah, it looks like the outer one's a little thicker. We should be able to polish that up. Get these carriage bolts out. See how rusty they are from sitting for God knows how long. Alright, so we have that out. So the only thing left at the top and the back side is the switch. So we'll get to that in a little bit here. So now let's get these brackets off for the, control panel and this latch right here. Grab my nut driver. Find out where I put it. Okay. Sides have bolts that go through, but these are 1/4 inch right here, and I wonder if I can get that with my nut driver. Let me see here. Stick this adapter on. Swivel. So this is what I came up with, so hopefully we can just get this in there, save a little bit of time. Get these brackets off here. Look at how oversprayed and dirty these brackets are. This one's not as bad, but you can see what they'll look like once they come out of the tumbler in a week. Oh, this one's got a flathead screw, 2 flathead screws. Got a wire loop. Just mess the bucket. Okay, so we got that out of there. Now let's get the side ones out. Not sure what size those are. 3/8. I'll put this on the vise and straighten it out. It's all bent right here. Another ground wire. This side's not bent. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a flathead screwdriver to get this other bracket off here. A little stubby one or something. Let me go grab that, we'll get that off. The screws that are holding this one on, I'm just gonna throw them away. They're not right anyways. No point in cleaning them. After this, we'll probably do the coin door. You gotta figure out, oh, they bolted the monitor in. 3 bolts are holding the monitor down. We'll do that after the coin door. Let's just get the coin door out next. Take it out in one piece and then we can take it apart afterwards. There's a ground wire that goes from the control panel down to the coin door, down to the volume switch piece, down to the bottom. There's a ton of ground wires on this game. I gotta figure out what size nuts are on this. Looks like maybe 5/16. Yep. Let's use our ratchet for this. I haven't done an over-under coin door in a while. You know what? Maybe we will take the door off before we take the ring off, because there's 4 Phillips screws right there. Let's just do that real quick. We're going to cut this wiring because somebody's already spliced it in. We'll have to refigure it out later. Somebody busted the edge of the door here, but I don't know if I'm gonna mess with that. You don't see it when it's closed. Well, these are coming out at least. That's nice. Okay, top piece. I'm gonna leave the hinge attached to the other side of the door because we'll just paint it like that to get this lock cylinder out of there afterwards. So now we can get the ring out. We need a shorter one for that. I wonder if I'll be able to use that volume pot and stuff. Probably not. I don't know how that board works. I did get the thumper, the solenoid for the thumping sound when the Qbert falls to the bottom of the cabinet. They sold that hooks up to that board and everything. So I have all that. I don't know if I bought a wiring harness yet, a JAMA harness. And I gotta get a power supply. I have some, but I think I'm just gonna get a new one. A new power supply from Arcade Shop. Probably just get it when I order the artwork. I don't know who else sells the artwork. It'd be nice to get a glass bezel. I don't know if these originally had glass bezels or not, or if they were plexi. I have to do a little research on that. Or if you guys know, send me a message, because I don't know. And it'd be nice to know if it was plexi or glass originally. One thing I've done with some of these older monitors with screen burn, I've actually put window tint on the monitor glass itself, and it helps a lot. It makes a huge difference. So, you know, I can always go that route too if I get this monitor working. I think this monitor is a 4900. I gotta look at it better. Okay, I think we just have one at the bottom here, but I'm not positive. Oh, there's one here in the center of the top. I'll grab this bottom one first. The coin box itself comes out from the back side because it's obviously too large to come through the front. So now we have this off. Put this off to the side. This has a real slight texture to it, which is kind of nice because actually, yeah, it has a real slight texture, and I can recreate that pretty good with that chip guard. I don't know if these carriage bolts right here are supposed to be there or not. This one's definitely got a hole where it had a lock bar. I just wonder if these were lock bars as well, and I'm supposed to fill those in. I'm betting, I don't know. That's tough to say. I'm gonna say they're probably a lock bar, and somebody took them off, which means we'll be filling those in. They're all loose. The nuts are just like hand tightened. If I need a hammer to hammer that one out, maybe my ratchet will get it. There we go. One more of those. Yeah, those, I'm gonna say those aren't supposed to be there. They don't really make any sense why they would be in there. That's out. I think for right now we're done with the front of the cabinet other than the T-molding. So let's go around the back. I guess we should probably get this monitor out of here, which means I got to go back to the front. It looks like they had two people that put this in. I wonder if there's brackets I'm missing for this monitor. See if I see anything on these side walls or not, which I do not. Looks like the frame was mounted right to the wood like they did. But there's a hole here, there's a hole over here, and then two down there, so maybe it just mounts like that. Find a socket for those. Probably 7/16. Hopefully it'll just stay in place since these are so long. I'll get these three out, the nuts, and then I can go around back and just pull the monitor out. I'm just saving this hardware for now. Oh boy, it definitely just moved. All right. Try to get around the back here. I want this thing to fall on the floor. There it is. Forgot to unplug it, so that's always nice. I'll set it right here. Okay, we're unplugged. So this is all right, that's out of there. This washer's off of here. Now we can go around the back. Really, none of this wiring I'm going to save. I'm just getting rid of all of it, including that power supply. This looks like original wiring here, so maybe we'll save that because that goes to the power brick and to the monitor. So we will save this harness here. We'll get rid of all the JAMA stuff. I'm not going to use this JAMA. I'll buy a new one. It looks all right, but I'm not going to mess with it. I'd rather just get a new one. Be nice to find, Arcade Shop sells those ones that come with the all the connections and everything, and the volume pot and all that stuff already on it. But I looked, last time I looked on their website, they were out of stock on them. I'd like to find one. This is our wire for our video. So we probably will reuse this because this is an original wire. They got it all spliced together, but we'll look at it. For now, I'm just gonna cut it and we'll save this. They got a couple wires spliced together here, but we can fix that if we need to. Get these out of here. Grab my drill. Trying to position you guys so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Save all these wire hoops. I tumble all this stuff. Interlock switch. Now these ground straps are stapled through the center of them. So there's staples going through the center of those. We'll have to pull those off after. There's quite a bit to these games. Okay, those go up to the power switch. Got latches here. Get an extension for that. Missing a piece. Where I put it. Back here. Let's get this back door out of the way. Loose. I think they're 3/8. Smaller. I might keep the original back lock. Probably will. Just hang the key inside the coin door. Gotta get these washers off of these studs so they don't go flying everywhere. Some of these carriage bolts are bent, and I should have more of them. For now, I'll clean them. I could probably just straighten them out, really. I know that these are just going to go right back in because they're not going to be holding any sort of a board or anything like that, but want to clean them. Maybe I'll mount the new JAMA board on the back door. Kind of like how they had it. Okay, this I'm gonna get rid of, but I gotta take these other two bolts out first. I guess they were kind of using this as a ground, because the ground strap went to it. Okay, now we can get the door off. You know what? Let me get the latch off first. I'm gonna have to grab my little flathead screwdriver. Is it finger tight? No. Go get a pair of pliers real quick. I better not put the lock into the tumbler because it'll probably get packed with sand and never want to work again. I'm gonna put the keys in there. We'll see what it does to keys. Lock cylinder we'll leave out. All the other parts we'll put in there. Of course, this wants to spin. Probably should have left the other bolts in there first. Now we're going to unbolt the door from the hinge. I don't know if I'll be able to tumble everything in one shot or not. Might have to split it up into 2 batches. Pop out these carriage bolts real quick here. Door's not in too bad a shape. A little swollen up, but we'll get it fixed. Sand it down real good. Now we can get the hinges off the cabinet. A bunch of toothpicks in there. Look at the back edge of this cabinet. How swelled up that is right there. A lot of sanding to do. Okay, now I'm gonna get this, I guess I'll get this power supply out of here. One less thing in my way. Power cord, for now, we'll save it, but we'll probably, maybe we'll save it. We'll see. Needs a new end on it because somebody broke off the ground terminal, like everybody does. Get these old PCB mounts out of the way. Never saw green ones before. Those must be rare. Wow. They didn't even have a ground wire on the power supply. Okay. This is some old power supply here. They didn't even have a field ground. Guess it doesn't matter that it was broken on the plug. This coin box stays in there. We got to get this off of there. I thought the coin box came out, but it doesn't. It's in there. So now we need to get these ground straps off and just pull them. They're coming out. Try not to destroy them. I'm going to leave the staples in the cabinet. Then I'll know where it goes back in at. And we can just staple it right back to where it came from. Some of the staples are just pulling right out with the ground strap, but that's all right. I like taking all these out because I don't want to get paint all over it. This is all still intact with the wiring and everything, except for this one wire here for the coin counter. Somebody had it hooked up. I don't know if that's a new coin counter or an original one. 44,350. So even if we don't use anything on this, which we should be able to, honestly, I mean, the test switch we should be able to wire in. Same, you know, all this we should be able to kind of wire it in. Maybe not the volume. I don't know if that that PCB accepts a external volume pod or not, but if it does, we might be able to use that. And if so, we'll just make a plug end that'll plug right into this original harness and we'll be able to reuse it. That would be kind of nice. So move that out of the way. This is part of the original factory harness. This is the JAMA harness. Gotta get that switch out up there. We'll tumble this. This is really clean, we're not going to mess with that. Just make sure we put it up here so I don't step on it. It's real thin plastic. Okay, so we have ground wire or wire strap right here. I'll save this JAMA harness. I like to save this stuff. I have a huge bin of wires because, like on Tapper, when we needed those gray and orange, I think it was, wires for the coin door lights, I just took it out of my scrap bin of some wire. These are actually kind of nice because they actually have, like, this orange wire is not solid orange. It's like orange with a white stripe. This one has an orange with a green stripe. So it's kind of nice to have those in case you ever need them. So I'll just save this, throw it in the bin with all the other ones. Unplug this. We got a ground strap down there. This stuff you're not really going to be able to see much. That's a bigger size. Got a fuse rating card. That must have been stapled somewhere. Maybe even along here or something, I'm not sure. Let me go grab another socket. Man, I keep losing everything today. Let me see if I can move the camera up here. There we go. Oh, I found a bunch of quarters down there. We'll have to see how much we made today. Looks like they slid out from underneath the power brick. Man, there's a lot of ground wires. Did Qbert have a grounding issue? This power brick is filthy. This should be a fun one to clean. Some more ground straps out of there. Get this wiring harness out of there. I have to remember that there's a star washer and a regular washer on all four of those. Last two ground straps. Here's our power brick. Look at how filthy this is. And now we get to see how much quarters we have. We got 2 pennies. We have one. There's $1. $2.27. Get our rest of our bolts out of here. I don't know if we need that or not. The only thing left is this screen on the back. I don't know if this had a fan originally or not. I don't think so. I think there's just a vent. We'll clean that up. Save this for our interlock switch cover. I think I'm gonna take off this back piece because I want to clean the carriage bolts for, let me show you here. Right up here, there's 2 carriage bolts here and 2 on the side, I believe. Okay, there's none on the side, but there's some on the back here. The side ones are just regular screws. So I think I'm gonna get those out of there. And there's a couple on the top too, because I'd like to tumble those and get them all cleaned up nice and neat. If I can get to them. Yeah, I should be able to. I think they're 3/8. I try to take every bit of hardware off these old cabinets that are beat up this bad. Just looks so much nicer to have all this stuff cleaned. And I don't know if these were silver originally or black. I might just leave them silver, we'll see. I'd imagine they were probably silver. Because the way that the paint's flaking off of it real easily, they were probably silver. This back piece must come off. The old Gottlieb stickers on the top here, not in very good shape at all. You could sort of read the serial number on it. I don't know if this piece comes off or not. Nah, we'll leave it on. It's fine. Maybe I'll take out those bolts that are holding the L bracket in. We'll take the L bracket out and clean that as well. 5/16 too. So we can clean all the overspray and stuff off of this. I don't know if that's factory or not. That one's stuck. Piece came flying out of there. All right, that's done. We gotta get the speaker off. And the metal grill. As you can see, these games, no matter what game it is, it really doesn't take more than 45 minutes or so to strip these down. Unless you're trying to organize everything because you don't know where it goes back together, and that'll take you a little bit longer. I'm usually pretty good about figuring it out. Another grill we gotta clean and spray paint black, but you can see on this speaker there's a couple holes in it right here. So we'll just get rid of this. So that's done. So far I've been taping for 17 minutes, plus I started the camera, start and stopped it once or twice. So we might only be a half an hour or so into this. I'm not positive yet. So let me pull off this T-molding. This is just some more black texture T-molding. Everybody used that stuff back in the day. I know some people like to put yellow and stuff on, and I'll just put the original black back on. This might be a candidate for some hot glue, putting this back on, because this MDF never likes to hold the T-molding the second time around, as well as it did originally. This looks like it's the old artwork that somebody painted over. Yep. We'll address that tomorrow. You can actually see some green coming through underneath where I peeled it. Okay, now that that's off, the only thing left I think is the coin door. We gotta take the lock out of the bottom one. And that's garbage because it's missing. So let's go back down here. Get that off and we'll take apart the coin door. Hope you guys are liking all these videos. Hopefully it's helping some of you guys out that need any help with figuring this stuff out. This one I'm learning with you, so bear with me. These doors are heavy. They're cast aluminum. I think it's aluminum. Some sort of cast. I'm gonna say probably aluminum. And this nut's probably gonna fight me the whole way off. That's what likes to happen. Jesus. But I know if I go get a socket, by the time I went and get a socket, came back, I'd probably already have it off with the pliers. Someone drilled this out to get the quarters and they missed some quarters in there. I don't know if anybody's ever played Crime City. I know nothing about it. If anybody's played that game, and if it's let me know if it's a good game or a crappy game. Curious to know. Maybe I should take these hinges off of here. I'm gonna. Heck with it. I'll just take them off. Just clean them up separately with the wire wheel. Paint them separately. I won't texture them. Yeah, why not? Take this one off. Usually they don't bolt on both sides, but seeing that these coin doors are a cast material, they couldn't spot weld them to it, so they had to use screws. Okay, now we just got to take apart this top. We're gonna have to fix these. I have 25-cent coin things. We'll have to probably just buff these out really good because you're not gonna be able to, I highly doubt you'll be able to get new ones of those. So we'll just have to buff it out real good. Let's take it apart here. It's got both the coin mechs in it. Try to just take it apart in one big unit. And here's our hook, so we can hang the original back key on the back door, for the back door in the coin door. Take our spring out. Here's our 25-cent piece, and then we gotta slide this out too. We'll buff all this out and clean it all up. It's not broken or anything, so that's a good thing. Yep. Coin mechanism. Okay, put this off to the side, put these off to the side. These are actually pretty clean. Return. These are for the coin return. This is our spring. I think that's all we got left to do is take the lock off. This actually has a key spot on it, but we'll just get rid of this one. We'll put two matching locks in the front that match the rest of the locks in the basement. You know what, maybe I'll save this for now because I don't know if this is the same key. Actually, let me just get the key. Nah, somebody drilled it. That's garbage. At least we have one original key for the back. Wish they wouldn't have broke the casting on the side there. Maybe we can use some, you know what, maybe we will fix this. Maybe we'll get some JB Weld and we'll put like a paint stick or something on the outside here and we'll pack it with JB Weld and let it dry and see if we can't sand it down. That's a good idea. I think we're gonna do that. At least then we won't have a gouge missing out of there. Even if it's not the strongest, I'm never gonna beat on it or pry on it or anything like that, so it should be just fine. I wouldn't recommend maybe filling it with body filler. I don't think that would hold. But I think the JB Weld might hold. Maybe we'll grind this outside, kind of like taper it towards the chip so that we can get some JB Weld on that whole outer edge that kind of protrudes past where it's chipped. So that give it some more biting power. After this, we just have to take off the Gottlieb emblem on the front of this door. And I've never, yeah, maybe once or twice I've painted those. So we got to paint it black and then just sand off the surface because I believe it's supposed to be silver. Okay. I know these coin doors are starting to go for some money. Just gotta figure out how to get the damn thing out. Stuck in there. Bunch of pop residue or something sticky on it. Okay, so that's all apart. I believe we have everything apart that I want to take apart. I've got everything in here that I want to put in the tumbler. So let's go fill up the tumbler with these parts and we'll start getting them cleaned. Okay, let's get this filled up. I hope the screen didn't rotate on my camera when I was doing some of that work on the bottom of the cabinet. Hopefully it didn't screw up and rotate and you guys have a sideways picture. Pour a little bit in there, we'll turn it on and let them vibrate down a little bit. We should be all right. We'll see what happens. Let them go down a little bit. Put our lid back on. And they can tumble for the week. I always check them after a couple days, see how they're doing. Okay, this will end part one of Qbert. Tomorrow we will start the body work on it. We'll get it all sanded down, start fixing all the nicks and dings and dents, and then we can hopefully get it all sanded down and get it in primer tomorrow so that we can let it dry for a little bit so we can get ready for paint. I missed 2 carriage bolts up here. I'm going to take these 2 out. Obviously there's no point in showing it, but there's 2 more L brackets here with carriage bolts. We'll take these out. And I'll throw them in the tumbler with everything else. So that's going to end this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're liking what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Have any questions or comments, or if somebody wants to tell me if Crime City is a good game or not, I'd like to hear about it. I know nothing about it. You can see the carnage of parts everywhere. I got to clean up. So that's where we're at, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow, or maybe later on tonight. I'm not sure yet.